Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be taking a look at a scenario where Madagascar forms an empire. If you're wondering why Madagascar, in this channel I have a series called the Empire series where I record a video where a country gets strong and invades others and forms an empire. And in order for this to happen, I have a wheel, and today I spun it and it landed on Madagascar. This wheel has the name of every country in the world, except for the ones that we already made a video on in the Empire series. Now that everything's clear, Madagascar is gonna form its empire. The African Union will be disbanded, and eventually also the Arab League, and like NATO and the EU, everything. All the military alliances will be disbanded because war is no longer accepted in the modern day. I guess Africa, it is as developed in Europe and North America with NATO and stuff, but yeah, it's coming through. I think they are a longtime partner of the African Union. So yeah, since Madagascar is an island, the first thing that they're gonna do is expand their navy outward. So this is about the size of their EEZ, exclusive economic zone. And then the first thing that they're gonna do here after expanding their navy is expand here to this archipelago islands and surround the Comoros archipelago, and then they're gonna declare war on Comoros. Ooh, there you go. And then island hop across all their little islands until they don't have anything left and Comoros surrenders. They just need to make sure to not get too close to the French island of Mayotte here, because if France brings their navy over here, Madagascar becomes a colony. Anyway, in this peace treaty, all of the Comoros archipelago gets annexed into Madagascar. They're gonna form like a super cool naval empire. Then Madagascar's navy starts bringing itself close to the Seychelles Islands. And then you know the drill. I guess there's just one pixel here today, but Madagascar island hops across all these little islands belonging to the Seychelles. And in the peace treaty, all of the Seychelles Islands are annexed into Madagascar. And then as their final task here in the Indian Ocean, Madagascar are going to send their navy over to Mauritius Island, staying far from La Réunion, the French island neighbor to it, and like to all the islands belonging to the Republic of Mauritius, or Kingdom, I don't remember. Anyway, you know the drill. Madagascar invades all these islands, and in this peace treaty, it's fully annexed into Madagascar. And now they're done with this, they're gonna go and send over a little message to their bud, their little neighbor Mozambique, and they request that Mozambique give them this full amount of land or they'll invade. And Mozambique are like, what? It's like the Austro-Hungarian ultimatum on Serbia, but this time it's Madagascar on Mozambique. Yeah, Africa isn't that exciting, but it's still exciting, guys. Anyway, that doesn't matter because Mozambique says no. And so Madagascar's army floods in across from the Mozambique Channel, invading important coastal cities, and then starting invading inwards into Mozambique, trying to cut off this northern part of the part they requested in the ultimatum. They eventually managed to do so, and northern East Mozambique is cut off from southern East Mozambique. And after that, the northern part like flees towards Tanzania or Malawi, but there's a lake, so probably towards Tanzania and then towards Zambia or Malawi to get back into Mozambique proper. This isn't quick. It takes like, the situation that it's looking like today would be like 5 months after the beginning of the war, or probably 10 months, I don't know. Anyway, the northern part is wiped out and the southern part starts getting more and more narrow, and major coastal cities are beginning to get more and more captured, and then they start invading towards the border of the area they requested in the ultimatum, because they only, at first they only wanted this territory, so they started surrounding it and cutting it off from everything else and starts building a wall, and then this area is fully murdered in cold blood. But then Madagascar get greedy and they want to invade the rest. And Mozambique are like, oh my gosh, no. So they flee to their bud Angola, which maybe they wouldn't, I don't know, but probably, right? Or South Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Malawi, or even Eswatini in the south. But anyway, Madagascar decide to not grant peace to Mozambique. And then Operation Maputo starts, which Maputo is the capital of Mozambique. Please remember, guys, that this is a fictional scenario and it's not meant to offend anybody, and it never existed in real life. I am drawing a simplified version of the Navy of Madagascar going and setting itself up next to the coast of Mozambique. So the naval map looks a bit like this, and we're not going to update it anymore because it's not going to be really useful considering troops from Madagascar land and surround the capital of Maputo of Mozambique, and at the end it gets captured. A large encirclement happens here in the south, and then naval troops land and make a bigger push, and they get like a bit more surrounded until they capitulate. And over here in the north, troops flood in, cut them off from Malawi, cut them off from Zambia to stop all military and humanitarian aid. Their next job is to cut them off from South Africa, which is eventually successful. I'm talking years. After like 2 years of fighting, they cut them off from South Africa. So this is after 2 years of the beginning of the war. I want to give out more information so it's funner and longer because you guys requested that too. And then they start the movement to cut them off from Zimbabwe. The last corridor is over here with people escaping like masses. And then when they cut it off and they kill everyone over here, it starts getting bad. And then they cut them off from their navy. And let's just take the last look at the naval map. And here is the naval map with all of the back and forth, and it's happening in real time. It doesn't stop. Like if it stopped, I would erase it. Like when something goes somewhere and it stops going from point A to point B, you just erase the line towards where it's going, and then when it continues going, you continue erasing it if it's no longer there, right? So that's point A and that's point B. So as you can see, they're constantly moving back and forth with supply lines trying to capitulate Mozambique without any more trouble. Well, obviously they get trouble, especially from the UN. But anyway, troops cross in the north, and they have a little spearhead that cuts them off north from south. Eventually, the south crumbles and falls because they're usually more reliant on the capital and on the major cities on the coast. This part here, over here, does not have a coast, so it's less reliant on it. At the end, the south capitulates, and shortly after, the north capitulates as well. And obviously, in order for Madagascar to be able to do this, they have to be a bit buffed because they wouldn't be able to do this on their own, especially to invade a larger country than themselves. Obviously, Mozambique, as it's in Africa, is not a really strong and stable country itself. I mean, they're really stable compared to the other ones over here, but they're still not one of the stablest countries ever. So yeah. Anyway, the last thing that this growing empire is gonna do is declare war. I was gonna say Sri Lanka, but Sri Lanka is too much. It's just gonna be the Maldives. And their navy projects itself north towards the Maldives Islands. Then Madagascar declare war on the Maldives. Then land on the beautiful crystal water, white sand beaches, which I loved every time I visited, until the country capitulates and the government in Male surrenders. By the way, guys, Male is the capital of Maldives, and it's the city with the airport. Yeah, it's the island with the airport. And in this peace treaty, the Maldivian government is put in exile, and the people finally get their rights, because the people live there don't have like freedom of religion and stuff, which is really sad. But the place is beautiful and wonderful. Anyway, something I'd like to do more in these scenarios is to look at the actual size of this country. Like, let's take it here, copy it, and let's put it like over Europe. It's basically just Madagascar and Mozambique, but it's so much bigger when you compare it over Europe, isn't it? Look at the ways it looks like, and this is the Mozambique channel. Look at it over the United States. This is the Maldives, by the way. So the easternmost part, Let's place it over New York City, which is here, sorry. And it reaches California easily. Oh wait, I can't make it bigger. No. Needs to stay the same size. Yeah, no, I can't stretch it further, but it easily stretches from, well, Mozambique stretches from Mexico to Canada easily, but Madagascar doesn't. Madagascar stretches from Lake Michigan to the Gulf of Mexico. So yeah, this is not a very interesting one to look at. Look at it compared to the huge subcontinent of South America. Look at it compared to Central America. Look at it compared to Northern Africa. It's not that big. It's not even bigger than the biggest country in Africa. Maybe it's bigger than the old biggest country in Africa, Sudan. Maybe, could be. Look at it over the tiny Middle East and Central Asia and India. We love India. Look at it over Southeast Asia. Look at it over Australia. Look at it over Japan, North Korea. Alright, I'm gonna stop yapping, guys, because I'm gonna put you guys to sleep. And without further ado, let's draw the flag from memory, which is very easy. Okay, done. What do you guys think of the green format for the thumbnails? It looks so much better, doesn't it? You guys tell me in the comment section and I'll do whatever you want. It does look kind of weird, but it's just for the thumbnail. Let me take a snippet of it for the thumbnail. Perfect. Obviously, it's not one of the biggest empires we've got. And now let's take a look at the provinces of this empire. Okay, guys, so this is the first province. It is the province of Maputo, which was the capital of Mozambique when it existed. But it's also the capital province of these two provinces. It's complicated, and they also have like their own little capitals, but this is like the one that runs everything in this whole area. Yeah, it's kind of weird. And so this is the province of North Mozambique over here, and this is the province of East Mozambique, and this is the province of West Mozambique. And then there is the province of Comoros, which used to be an island nation over here, where people also didn't have rights, similar to the Maldives. Really beautiful, neighboring the French island of Mayotte. Anyway, here we've got the province of the Seychelles, and here is the province of the Maldives. Beautiful country, I love it. But thankfully they lost their horrible government, so that's good. And lastly, after we get to the main island, here we've got the province of Mauritius. And then here we've got the province of Madagascar normal. We could have a north-south, but that doesn't matter because there was no split during the video, whereas here in the south there was a little split, and here there was a big split happening. So yeah, there's the entire island of Madagascar, and here there is finally the federal district, the capital province, which is literally governing this really strongly and governing all of this in total, known as Antananarivo. I had to read that. But yeah, if anyone from Madagascar is watching, I love your movie. No, I'm kidding. That's really stereotypical. I wish to visit your country and visit the beautiful places you probably have. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love y'all so much, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.